Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Turning Stone Classic 26. It's another $25,000 added tournament, graciously put up by the Turning Stone Casino and Resort. Mike Zuglin's Josh, Northeast 9-Ball Tour, bringing us this great event once again. We're going to be joined in the booth by Mike Howerton and Tino Barberi out of Canada. Eddie Cohane is going to step out. And before we actually get started with this finals, I want to just make you aware that it's going to be a race to 13. No true double elimination. We have a lot of people to thank. And first and foremost, Karen Corr sponsor, Baltimore City Q's, where they bring their store to your event. And before I go any further with our sponsors, I just want to tell everybody in the chat that's been helping out, all our moderators, and everybody signed into the chat. And even if you're not, we want to thank you personally for your support. We want to thank light-systems.com. The light that's not only light in weight, but the illumination is much greater than regular lighting because it's LED. And you can check them out at light-systems.com. JB Cases, John Barton and family, we would like to send a special thanks to you.
The ticket number is 343-3795.
Thank you, John and JB Cases. Remember the buzz, Billiards Buzz. It's the hottest thing right now. It's an online magazine in pure HD high res, put out by Jerry Forsythe and Company of AZ Billiards, with articles about pool tournaments.
Lima, Ohio.
Check them out at Billiards Buzz on AZ Billiards. We want to thank the Turning Stone Casino and Resort in Verona, New York, for having our event, and we have another one coming up in January. Kamui Chalk and Tips, Mr. John Bertone, thank you.
I've been going through this stuff all
Steve Lomax Custom Cues. If you want something designed that you could draw up, I'm sure Steve can do it. Check out Lomax Custom Cues at those phone numbers, or become friends with Steve on social media. Wild Eyes Creations, products that will make you look at them twice. They're so wild. We want to thank Lenny, and we want to thank Rodney Morris for graciously donating a couple of these DVDs right here on your screen. It's a 3-hour instructional and entertainment video. Teaches you a lot about every aspect of the game. Thank you, Rocket, and thank you, Lenny. And you can get yours at ontherailtv.com, or send an email to Lenny, or if you're friends with them on social media, PM them, or whatever the case may be.
He's sitting right up there in the front. We're going to get to watch him.
We want to just mention this. It's
Could somebody please just verify?
a benefit for battered women, and you can find out more information about it at ironhorsecalvary.com. Talkabout.com, chalkysticks.com, the app. It's a diagrammer you can put up on forums. You can explain how the shots are done and what kind of shot you might have a question. And the pros are using the app now.
The snack bar is closed, but you're going to still be treated to a great match.
It's got a 24-hour, 7 days a week TV billiards channel. It's chalkysticks.com. Thank you, Matt. We hope we're doing justice for you and your app. The app is totally free to download. We want to remind you that you will see the likes of Jayson Shore, Darren Appleton, the Rocket Rodney Morris, Johnny Mora, Shane Van Boning, and Corey Duell come together at Sandcastles. That's right, it's Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey, where the Aramis Simonis Arena resides. Mr. Pat Fleming and crew will bring you another full production of the Make It Happen event. Go over to AccuStats and purchase your pass there, or at least keep up to date when they have their early bird specials. That's accustats.com. We're almost there, folks. We're more than halfway home for Allison Fisher. This young lady, editor, photographer, all-around genuine person, is in our chat, and she has a GoFundMe because all the years that she's been doing it with NYC Grind, Mr. Jerry Tarantola, they were working on very little to none and taking money out of their own pockets to get to venues to bring us updates. Well, she needs our help. And I know the pool world, when there's somebody in that needs our help, we can do it. And we've been doing it. I've been going over there and looking at the GoFundMe, and I'm commanded by Allison Fisher to make sure that I thank everybody because she's not here on location to verbally do so. So that's another job that Upstate has to do for this young lady, and I'm proud to do it. We also want to remind you the format in New England that's spreading across New England like the Zika virus from mosquitoes. This thing here is $20,000, first place prize, mini tournaments, fight night with champions, different pool hall locations, and streaming, the whole 9 yards. You want to get some of that cash, Jayson Shore is the host pro. Get in touch with shiptocash.com, Mike DeMarco. And a supporter, just one of many, and a genuine person also is many. Jarrett the Jazzman Arasamina, professional jazz musician and singer. You can buy his songs on iTunes. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tired.
Okay, in case you noticed,
Also find them on Facebook.
this is a race at 13.
Also look at his YouTubes.
I'm not going to use the cards.
We also want to thank Diana Hoppy. DianaHoppy.com. Earl Strickland taking third place. You can get his DVDs right there.
We're going to be back again January 5th to the 8th for another big event just like this right here. Hopefully there won't be 5 other conflicting tournaments at the same time, which is what happened this time, but we still had a 128-player field for the 26th time in a row. Every time this tournament has been full. And we start our Josh Northeast 9 Ball Tour new season, our 20th season.
I'd like to thank Mr. Joel Shapiro.
Going to start in about 3 weeks.
Check you out.
With our first ever junior event, we're going to have a junior, Josh Junior 9-Ball Champion event.
The Kings of Vapor, who sponsor Jayson Shore. Also the Kings of Billiards in Akron, Ohio. What a pool room that is. Greg Antonakis. Get in contact with Greg at ga9ball@gmail.com.
If you'd like to take one, appreciate it.
MolinariGlove.com. Everybody's been purchasing this glove. It's MolinariGlove.com.
Hopefully we'll have another one of these next summer. We're in negotiations for that as well. So without, I want to thank everybody that helped me, all you guys, Damian and Chris, and Buddy and Jerry and Don and Mike Renshaw, my wife Joanne, and Jason Reese, he left, and everybody that helped, all the people, the snack bar people, all the girls that helped me, Paul Smith, Luke Thomas, wherever you are from Diamond. This is the best equipment in the world. It can't get any better than this. And we have the Aramith balls, the best balls in the world, the best cloth in the world from Simonis. We thank Ivan Lee for all of that from Simonis. Couldn't do it without him. Then there's also Upstate Al over there in the live stream, the free live stream. And Mike Howerton from AZ Billiards, wherever you are. We thank you as well. He's over there hiding. Okay. All right. All right. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. champ right here at Turning Stone. He's a threat to win any tournament he plays in anywhere. He's won countless of our Jazz Northeast 9-ball tour events. He's our current Ocean State 9-ball champion. He's sponsored by Kamui, Mucci. I'm trying to remember what? Kings of Vapor, Moose, the shoes, Moose billiard shoes. Right there, Jayson Shaw. All right. And both of, by the way, I picked good poster people. They're both on the poster. So we still have a couple posters left if you want to grab them. And in the pony, this is, she's been here playing with us many, many times in the past. She's had a lot of high finishes. I think this is the highest she's gotten so far. It's about time. And she's from Feasterville, Pennsylvania. She's won 5 of our events before, so she's no stranger to winning. She's won 25 women's professional events. And believe me when I tell you, she's one of the toughest, scrappiest players you're ever going to see in your entire life. And she's been on TV probably more than any other player in history. And she's just a pleasure to have at the tournament and a pleasure to be around. And she's sponsored by Baltimore City Q's Corr. All right. Good luck. Have a great match. Please remember to turn your ringers off on your cell phone, everybody. And if you're going to take pictures, please, no flash. We'd appreciate that. And if I could see Donnie Mills and Earl Strickland, I'll tell you, I got money for you.
I'm sorry, I'm upstate out of AZB TV. I'm doing a little work behind the scenes. We have Mr. Mike Howerton and we have Tina Barberi out of Canada. Are you guys on?
We're on. I
so.
am. Mike, I think Mike's
Here we
on
go.
also, yeah.
Is this thing on?
Yeah.
Is this
we hear
on?
ya.
Jason's looking at us like,
Good luck, Jay.
what's going on? There you go.
Eagle eye. Put your eye over there.
Eagle eye on the camera there.
I feel like an animal in a zoo.
Kind of like the setup, right? Kind of gives us more of a soundproof front.
I like that.
You know?
All right, Tino. Long race. Does that favor Jayson? Does it favor Karen?
I think it favors both. I'll explain why. Because long races will favor the better player, but right now they're both good players.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, I don't see it favoring neither. I just think whoever, well, the cliche is whoever makes less mistakes, but basically whoever can get balls in the break. These tables have been playing weird, have been racking weird. We have been having racking issues all weekend on this table. And right now, Karen's been taking over a couple of minutes right now, racking the ball. So it just gives you an example of how the table racks tight. So it's basically whoever makes the balls in the break and control will win the match. What do you say, Mike?
Well, if you're going to say that, I would think advantage Jayson. But earlier in the tournament, I watched one of Karen's matches. She was consistently making a ball on the break, getting shape on the one. I don't remember which match that was, but you know, like you say, if she's making a ball on the break, she's fully capable of putting together a package.
Yeah, and Jayson as well. That's why it comes down to the fact that whoever makes, I agree with you, the fact that whoever gets position, and Karen has been getting successful breaks, regardless which match it was, but she's been getting successful breaks. And just to see how it transcends onto this match right now. So consistently making balls in the break, the wing ball, or be it the one ball in the side pocket. Whoever gains control, whoever keeps the other opponent locked up, it can go either side, Tom. It's hard for me to pick a winner on this one.
Well, let me give you a couple of inputs here. First of all, Karen Corr wants revenge. She's hungry. They both are. What I see both of them having is they're both having fun. So I'm looking for like a real exciting match here.
Good point.
Look out, side pocket.
I don't think we're going to see a runaway here. I
No.
think we're going to see a pretty close match.
No, I predict a 13-10 win either side.
Wow.
You know, one difference that you see is Jayson breaks. He doesn't break like Mike DeShane. I mean, he doesn't he's not intending to break the one ball or anything, but you know, he rears back and hits them hard. Karen has more of a controlled break when she's putting together rack after rack. She has a more controlled break, make the one more of a let's play shape on the one, where Jayson just figures if he makes a ball and he can see the one, he's fine.
Okay, so basically it's a potting ability comes into play regardless of the shape you have, basically. So
Well, I'll stop Mike Howerton right here, because what Jason's been doing lately, and you probably recognize it as much as anybody else, is he's slowed down. He's getting more deliberate, and I told Tino why he did it, because I had Jayson on the air at another live stream, is because he realized he's shooting good when he's shooting fast, but he's making minimal mistakes in between. So that's why he's slowing it down. So just because he could see the one doesn't necessarily mean he's going to shoot out now. I noticed that he's electing to play the safe. And instead of whipping the cue ball off the one, pocketing the one, and going 3 rails on a draw, he's cutting that out, and he's just going to play the safety instead. It's going to get pretty interesting.
So basically, he's studying more the rack after the break, basically. You know, he's
taking his time.
His advantage is percentage-wise, basically, yeah.
And as strong as he played in winning those 3 back-to-back titles, his game will go up even another notch when he starts adding that to his game.
Exactly, and for him to recognize that is really a big factor. And
Yeah.
he sinks that 9 ball and opens this up at 1-0.
And like I was saying, for him to recognize at a young age, it just shows a sign of like taking 2 steps back to take 4 steps forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
you're right, because taking a step back like that is big for him, because he's now shooting with a different rhythm, and that's not easy to accomplish all at one time.
No, this
You're
would
right.
be, yeah. Just like that, Eagle Eye takes a 1-0 lead.
And Karen's still looking to get to the table.
In the back of her shirt does say Baltimore City Qs. They are here on premises and rooting on her player. They sponsor Karen. They're actually sending her to China, and they do a lot.
And Karen, certainly every player is deserving of a strong sponsor behind them. But, Karen, it's especially nice to see her with a good sponsor taking care of her.
Yes.
I mean, she's got all the talent in the world.
Mm-hmm.
25
No doubt
PBA.
about that. No doubt. That's not even an issue. Yeah.
You're right. Well, you heard the announcement, 25 PBA titles under her belt. And if you named all her titles and read them off, would probably be here for another 4 hours. I mean, she took the WPBA by storm after Allison Fisher had already done her job on storm, taking the WPBA by storm. Karen came onto the picture, and they dominated the 2 of them, first and second, first, second, third. I mean, they were just always there. So she's got plenty of wins and plenty of titles, and she deserves a good sponsor. Absolutely, I echo that. I definitely echo it. Well, it's a race to 13, folks. Not a race to 9. 1 race.
Extended race, so it's a double elimination, but this is not a true. It's not a true double elimination, so it's a 1-match extended race, meaning that Karen does not have to beat Jayson twice.
While I understand why it's an extended race, I don't like it.
Me either. I like a true double elimination myself. Is that what you're gearing at?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think everybody needs to lose twice to lose out of be knocked out of a tournament.
I agree, because, if Tino, if you went through the field, your bracket, undefeated, I think it's only fair that you should get beat twice. It does make the game longer.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. We're not going anywhere until the last ball drops. I enjoy it.
For sure. Obviously, yeah.
I wonder why this table is giving them such a hard time.
I cannot answer you on that one. I know some people are saying that the foot spot was hard for the cue ball to stay on the foot spot, so they were moving the rack up and down about an inch or so, or half an inch or whatnot. So, but I don't know the reason why it's been racking bad. I don't know. It's been going through 4 days abuse, basically, since Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, not only that, the weather's changed. You got humidity now.
Yeah.
And
Besides
awfully cold. It's awfully cold out here.
How about freezing?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, they cranked up the AC in the past couple of hours.
Well, it started getting colder when the rain came in.
Exactly.
The roof was nice and warm and kept it kind of Mike's sitting up there. We got to give it to Mike Howerton. Mike Howerton sits up in those bleachers.
Yeah, it's a nosebleed section
from the day
here.
this starts until it ends each day. And I'll tell you, it's cold up there in the top of those bleachers. Thank you, Mike.
Well, somebody's got to do it. All right, I'm a big student of momentum at the table and things that you have to do. Jayson broke and ran the first rack. He broke dry in the second rack. Let's Karen to the table. I think it's even more important than in a normal rack that she gain control and win this rack. She's got to send a message back to Jayson. I'm not just going to sit here while you move bead after bead.
And I think she took your word for it because I don't think she's playing safety on this 2-ball. She wants to attack right now, so you're right about that. Because any other play would have been a safety on that too.
Right.
Yeah, she has to come out aggressive, but she also knows her boundaries. She's not just going to get up there if the odds outweigh the reward of making the next ball in rotation.
And she's not out, folks, because now she has a cut on the 3, and the cue ball will be going 2 rails and might miss position on that 4 in the side pocket because of the 6. So watch out for the 6 here, folks.
No, I think she got there.
She got there.
Did she get past it enough to get on the 5?
That's all. That's another issue. Yeah.
Or is she just going to cinch this ball and...
Well, she's got the 3 angles. If she don't, she can go between the 8 and 6 here to get back up table if necessary, if she has that bad angle on it.
She's just going to follow. Take the simple cut on the 5.
Take the longer shot.
Yeah. 6 goes past the 8, so she'll probably come between the 6 and 7 here. Watch out.
Easy.
Watch out.
She's fine.
The ABS breaks.
How many people do we have viewing right now, guys?
I'm guessing
somebody
about
out there, one of the moderators.
2150.
Is that right?
Well, it was 2100 previous match. So I'm thinking about that. Which is a nice number. 2,000 viewers is a nice number.
I also want to let you know that Fast Lenny is going to give a DVD away or download DVD for another one he's going to give away, and it's your choice. You can either have the Power One Pocket Volume 2, Scott Frost, or you can have the new Rocket Science, Rodney Morris and Lenny put together. And Lenny's going to come up with a question whenever he decides to. And make sure you signed into the chat. That's the only qualification that we ask, because you can only type in the chat, and you will not be eligible if you're not signed in.
Well, this is looking good for 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
I saw someone in the chat was asking about the Second Chance tournament. It was a Canadian who won that.
What, Joey Cicero?
No.
No,
No.
he wouldn't have been in the Second Chance.
No,
I
he
don't know.
wouldn't. No.
It was Kevin Ketz playing a Canadian. Philippe, does that sound something?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, Karen Corr does answer back, like Mike Howerton said, and it was a little harder, that rack, than the one Earl ran out. But she got out. 1-1.
You know, I was sitting alongside the commentary table, so I was close enough to the table during that last match that I had a good chance to watch the players. And I noticed a number of times, I mean, Karen's been in enough final matches that you wouldn't think she would be nervous at all. But you could see her calming herself late in that last match. And I asked her about it. It's like, you know, you've been there before. What was that all about? And it was interesting. She said she almost doesn't care about the tournament now. She's beaten Earl. That was her goal. She beat Earl. She said it was like the first time she played Efren. She said he's a genius at the table, and how many opportunities do you get to play somebody like Earl Strickland?
5-time world champion, yeah.
It explains the fist pump in the air with the cue
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
So for her, it was like winning the finals, the way she celebrated, which is fine, which is perfect.
That could be good.
Sure, after a big win, you're supposed to let out.
And I
your
reminded
emotions.
her, as you know, she went off to get a breath, and when she came back, she was heading for the table. And I said, "Hey, it's all gravy from here." And she
Yeah.
said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "You've done what you came to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do in
That's
the
bad
tournament
advice. Bad advice.
I'm trying to get her to.
She
I mean,
has to
this
be
is-
hungry like a wolf going
but
into
she's
the
not.
finals.
She's not going into this.
Slapping.
You don't settle for second place. You want to push it and win.
I think it's more important for her to calm herself and not allow, because Jayson can run over somebody. He can mentally just
Yeah, we all know that. Yeah.
sit you in the chair 4 or 5 racks, and you think, what's the point?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's a long race, so
I've had that feeling before, not at the same magnitude as the pros, but
Right.
I've had that feeling before of being in the final and just being in my first finals. I was just happy being there, and it's like
Yes.
my guards dropped, and I didn't care if I lost.
That's sort of what
That's
I
what
mean.
he's saying, and I understand.
Yeah.
And
You want to stay in that hungry,
yeah,
focused.
the killer instinct has to go all the way through.
And you want to
Yeah.
know something? Even though Mike said that to us, she's hungry. She wants. This is a personal vendetta right now. She wants to get back at Jayson.
well, Jayson did
Well,
beat her pretty good
Yeah,
earlier.
you know, 8-9-1, 9-1. So
And
it's- wow.
she only missed a couple of balls, and the rest of it was just Jayson shooting right.
Yeah, Jayson being Jayson. Yeah.
Well, in the matches that she's played here in the tournament, she's come out a little bit slow.
Oh, I don't care much for that shot. Sorry,
no,
guys.
no, if that was a push, she
No, that was a bad push. That's a three-way combo right there.
or not push, just giving up ball in
Yeah.
hand and challenging him to run out.
He's not.
No,
playing
he's
the
going to play
combo.
the 2-4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2-3-4 9 combo.
No, he's switching up here.
Yeah, 2-3 then 4-9 combo.
Yeah.
That's good.
There's
Yes.
a lot of players who have lost a lot of matches shooting like that against Jayson. Here, see if you can run out. Take ball in hand, see what you can do.
They didn't like the response. That's for
No.
sure. Jayson Shaw won this event 3 times in a row. And if he could win here, it'll be his 4th win. Johnny Archer, I believe, has 6
Oh,
wins or
6,
7?
I believe. 6.
6 or 7.
Wow.
I think Johnny's in Germany right now.
I know he was hanging out with Hook, Captain Hook, for a while. I don't know if they got something in mind as far as doing some kind of road show, you know what I mean? Exhibitions and that.
Him and Mike Siegel? Yeah.
Yeah. But you could be right.
And you know what's interesting? We were talking earlier about Jayson at such a young age, discovering that about his game. That I just saw something on Facebook earlier today from Johnny saying that somebody pointed out to him in Memphis recently that he was moving his head when he was hitting balls. And he said he concentrated on that, and he said his game went up a notch when he noticed, yes, I am moving my head.
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes to show you, with 40 years of play under his belt, Johnny is still, not remembering things and having to have things pointed out to him.
And open for good advice.
I thought I saw Dennis Hatch walking behind us.
That's actually
That
Baby
kind of-
Hatch, we call him, from
Oh.
New York. That's Justin Muller
Where is
from
Dennis?
New York. Dennis in Chicago.
Dennis
Yeah,
is
that's,
somebody that
it is good that Johnny is open for good advice, And you got to have an open mind. I mean, if you know it all, you're number one, you can't go any further.
none of us know it all.
And plus,
Exactly.
this game is so technical that when the person starts aging, the muscles respond differently, the arms respond differently. So it's like we're adjusting as we get older.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, a lot of people make fun of Earl wearing that weight on his back.
I
and
don't
a lot
make fun of
people
Earl.
don't know why
I
he
don't make
wears it.
yeah,
The
exactly.
reason he wears it, and I told Tino already, is
Yeah, it makes
Earl
perfect sense.
himself recognized as he got older that his stance, he started to sway, and that weight is 10 pounds, I believe, kind of anchors him down and keeps him stiff and steady stance. Innovator. Makes things himself.
Yeah.
All right, a second dry break from Jayson. He broke and ran one, and he's broke dry twice in a row. And, Karen made him pay for it the first time. Can she slide down one rail here? No.
No, she got to go between. And she got fortunate with a nice little
Bump
kiss
it
there.
hard.
Oh.
She can still make this, but isn't she going to let her cue ball loose?
Yeah, cue ball will go loose here.
But she's got a great big space up there to end up good in.
Yeah, she's going to put some some right-hand spin, so she'll play the 3 in the same corner.
Look out, 7. She may still be okay.
Yeah.
But even if she makes the 3 here, what's she going to do on the 4?
Four is the ball frozen to the bottom right rail.
Right. And I don't think she can hold her cue ball
No.
under the 9.
She's going to probably bump the 5. She's playing with some bottom. She'll probably bump the 9 here. Yeah, she's bumping the 9. She bumps the 9 to make the 4 and
she's
has
gonna
no
be hooked.
position on the 3. Okay, interesting. Well, she took a little bit of a aggressive shot there.
This isn't the exact same setup that Earl had in that last match, but he had a shot like this where he kicked one rail and then drew the cue ball back behind the
6 ball, yeah.
How
Good
did he
shot.
hit that shot?
Yeah. Well, I like this shot here. You're kicking into the 3 ball, 1 rail off the left side where the 8 resides, hitting the 3 at the bottom part of it, possibly making the 9 ball in the corner pocket where her hand is. If not, the cue ball stays down here.
Yeah, I think she heard you.
Yeah, hit it on the bottom.
Oh, but don't do
And,
that.
That's a 3-9 combination.
And
with
then you do
Jayson
everything.
Shaw.
Yeah, exactly. And you do everything to leave them a combination.
He doesn't even take ball in hand.
He's beautiful, isn't he? The eagle eye.
Did Karen just put the ball right there and Jayson played it from there?
They
Did
have
she
a lot
put
of
it there, or
respect.
did
Did
the,
she? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Because when you said that, I'm like, what? Did she put it there and Jayson didn't move it and just played the combo?
We talked about her needing to put some pressure on him, and so far I don't see it.
No. Well, it's 2-1 early race.
3-1.
Sorry, 3-1. My mistake. 3-1 early race. Hasn't had the opportunity to put lock safeties on Jayson, so I think the first opportunity she has, maybe she'll take advantage of actually locking him up and taking momentum, like you say.
Well, and again, it's a long race, so that's perfectly possible.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to see this kind of wide open play for the next 2 hours.
No. Oh, no.
Wow, he turned up the fuel on that a little
Yeah, he snapped it like, oh.
6 is going to block the pocket. Nope, I think
No,
he
he's
can
fine.
still see the
Yeah,
whole
he's
pocket.
fine. He has a nice angle to play the 2 in the corner and in the side pocket. It's perfect.
I don't see any real problems here for him.
No.
That's interesting. He didn't settle for the 1 rail to the right-hand side. He went further for the left-hand side.
Yeah, that was, I understand why, because it gave him the opportunity for the angle to go to the 3.
Right. But it's small things like that.
Yeah.
that-
See, if he would have slow rolled it,
Mhm.
he had the 2, but with the wrong angle.
right.
Yeah.
But how many players would have settled for that because it was the most obvious shot?
There you go.
He looks like he's not even thinking. You know,
There's
just-
nobody here but
I
him.
was gonna say
Yeah.
he looks relaxed. You know,
You
looks
know,
like
I-
it's just a regular day.
You're right. I'm sorry. I tried to butt in right away.
Oh.
The Czechia drink. I tried it.
You think
for the
that's
girl.
it?
I know it's it. I know it's it, Mike. I'm telling you. It works. Didn't you see it at the Moscone Cup? They were drinking it right at the tables.
Well, I
the
know
Euro team.
Darren drank it out in China
Call
right
boys.
before his
Moscone
match
Cup.
for 3rd place. He said it was the difference in his match.
Well, I tried the capsules, and yeah,
I haven't tried the capsules.
the capsules
yet.
are good.
Oh, so you tried the drink?
I have some of the drink. Czechia sponsors the Diamond Pool Tour back home,
Yep.
and the players back there love it.
Yep.
We always joke that it allows you to run a rack on a 3-cushion table.
That's how much focus you have. If you have to drill holes in the table, that's how much
You're
focus you
playing
have.
good when you do that.
Listen, it does help you, folks. It helped. I was focusing so much because, I read the chat and I got to switch and everything, that I thought my eyesight was actually getting better, the reading glasses. And I took them off and it seemed like it was helping a little bit. Not enough where I can keep the reading glasses off. But also, I needed a pickup. I was doing the Super Bleeds Expo, and I forgot I was even tired. And there's no come down from it. There's no caffeine where it's boost you up and you're coming down.
Yeah,
It's
there's no drastic drop, basically.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll swear by it.
Yeah. Well, I took those capsules for work, basically. Land surveying and focusing and, doing road work. And it's not pool, but it's still, I felt the difference, being awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What safety are you playing here?
Stick the rock.
Well, you got all kinds of balls you can get behind here at the bottom left part of the table.
Sending the cue ball 2 rails behind the 2-5 and the 1 towards the 7. That could be an idea. Or just plainly sending the one rail track perpendicular down table and cue ball behind the 3-2-5 or something.
Send the one behind the pack on all the balls on the left side and stick the cue ball right there.
Yeah, option 3.
She looks like she's spinning with the left.
Yeah, she does. Maybe to hold the cue ball.
Look at
Look
this.
at
Look at the
9
9.
Are you serious?
And it counts.
Are you
Karen
serious?
Corr.
Okay.
She played that all the way. It was a two-way bank shot. She played it.
Was
Karen
that
Corr
was that
another
option
beat.
6 that we didn't see?
I think so.
That was Karen's option.
Wow,
Nobody
that
else.
That was no argument. Alex, you saw that?
Alex,
Listen,
how are you?
I don't want to say anything. This is one of those shots that would be in my repertoire. Seriously,
You would play that shot?
just because I could.
Okay. Did she play safe on that? Was
I don't
he
think so.
safe? Was
I
she
don't- No.
was
The
full
cue
out
ball-
offensive?
Cue ball was in the open.
Okay.
It would stay open.
I'm muted over here, but just pronounce it. This isn't water. This is vodka. You want that?
Let me tell you, I found the cure for my problem.
Alex Borokovich in the back, who sponsors and put his horse in the race, Maxime Dudenets, actually sitting in the wings. He's talking to us. You might not be able to hear him. He said that he would definitely have that shot in his repertoire that Karen just played.
Yeah, the bank on the 9. Okay.
I don't think I would make it, but
That was the second part you failed to mention. Oh, okay.
He was saying the attempt was in the
The
repertoire,
attempt.
not the make.
Oh, the repertoire.
I'm being honest. You see?
Even me, I could say I read a book when I just read the first 2 pages. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Theoretically, you've read
Wow.
But it was an aggressive shot, and you know what? Maybe I would have done that shot.
against Jayson. You know why?
Yeah.
Just because she knows she has to come up with something special
Yeah.
against him. Because he's a super player.
Okay.
See, she's playing that much more controlled break.
She almost made that 1 cross corner, but the 6 came and interrupted.
She may be okay here.
Yeah, the 1-6 combo is not that hard. Just
No.
the leave on the 1 will be a little bit tricky.
Sure, because
Yeah.
well, you know what? Alex is actually pushing my hand to give him a headset.
We're going to transfer.
So
I'll take
we're going to
help.
put KGB on for a little while.
There she goes. And she looks like she's got enough angle to run down for the 2 ball.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And the 1-6 didn't look that hard. It's just the position on the 1 to get to the 2, which is on the lower part of the table.
Yeah, a little
She's
bit
going to
of
have to drag the rock behind the 3 and down this.
There you
down the
go.
rail.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect shot out.
Doesn't want to be straight in.
We want to welcome aboard Alex Borokovich.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
And,
Alex.
just to give you an idea, that's Mike Howerton there and Tino Barberi and Alex Borokovich sitting in the back. Fine gentleman here.
I don't know.
Which camera? Or was that
No,
one
no,
there?
no. I'm so in the wrong position. To be. Don't worry about me being on the camera. The important thing about is watching this match and.
You know, I like to show the folks that are in the booth sitting here because it is long, 14 hours a day, 12 hours a day sitting here. And we definitely appreciate the work that people come in and sit with us and do a match. And just like when I do some kind of graphics, you know, it's very easy to put out there AZ Billiards. AZ Billiards is a bunch of letters with a .com, but when you put the pictures of Mike Howerton and Jerry Forsythe and you say AZ Billiards, now it's a personal. Now you see the human beings. It's not just an organization or a company. Same thing with any company. So
Well,
that's why I like to put the camera on commentators.
in that case, you should keep camera on you a lot of times
No,
because
thank you,
you're
sir.
putting
Notice when
so
I'm-
much work
Notice when I
into
put the
this.
camera on, my back is to it.
Very well said, Alex. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know anyone that puts in so much work for pool and for bringing this kind of events to the in HD to the world, because we are watched around the world. There were people staying through the night in Russia watching these events.
That's true. 2,000 people watching. You know?
It's
It's
beautiful.
a lot of people. Yeah.
Alex, I really I noticed, or I paid a special attention to the play of Maxim at this event.
Yes.
And then we chatted a little bit after one of his matches. Now he's coming back for the U.S. Open. This kid's got a bright, bright future in this game.
Yes, and what's making that future even more real is that he is a very dedicated pool player. He is very well mannered. He is a gentleman. He's only 17. He's becoming 18 this September. But he is a gentleman. I know him. I know his family. And it's a pleasure working with him, interacting with him, and sometimes even learning from him of, what a young pool player could really be. And I appreciate your comments as well, and your compliments. A lot of people made the same kind of compliments.
Did I miss a score? I got 4-2.
It's 4-3.
All right, I thought I did. Okay, thanks.
You know, this shot that Jayson just had, Maxim had a shot similar to that early against Sean Wilkie. Maybe just a slight bit more angle than what Jayson had there. Maxim didn't even pause for a second. He just got up and fired it with inside, threaded the ball down the rail, and Sean Wilkie looked at him like, where did that shot come from?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got all the shots in his repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to see him in Chicago. He didn't shine as much as everybody said that he did until the end of the tournament, where it was U.S. In fact, this is the Jersey, the Atlantic Cup Challenge. As far as shining to his capability until the end of the tournament, then all of a sudden it was like, a sunflower bloomed out of nowhere, and there it was. Man,
She
what a
didn't
great
just try
shooter.
that
All
again.
those young kids on Team Europe and Team USA are great
Yeah.
shooters. They're all up-and-coming stars, without a doubt.
Al, can Jayson see this one ball?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently
yeah,
he can.
Yeah, he can see it. He can see it with the combination 2-9.
Yeah, she's got to stop getting loose with those safeties. That's twice now that she's tried to play him,
Yeah.
tried to outmove him and paid the price.
Jason's just doing what he's supposed to be doing. Sinks another 9 ball. He trenches ahead now.
And look where he
2.
put the cue ball. He potentially, if he missed the 9, he hit the cue ball on the rail and 2 ball on the other side.
Right.
So there would be an automatic safety.
And Tino, you were saying early on that it's going to come down to who can move better, and when we start playing safeties and that sort of thing. This style of play, I don't see benefiting Karen. I don't see a wide open, let me just try to outshoot you style working.
Yeah, well, we all know that Karen Corr comes from a snooker background, which is a finesse game, which is a delicate game, which is a safety game, potting on occasion, but also playing safety on occasion. So if I agree with you, Mike, on that one. If she's trying to outwit Jayson on the safety aspect, I got news for Karen, because Jason's been playing some great safeties in this tournament. So I think she's going to have to modify her strategy a little bit during the match. I think she has to attack more and not play as many safeties. Like you said, the combination she left 2 combos right now back to back.
Right.
So she has to be careful on those shots. You want to play a safety, high percentage safety. High percentage, thank you, Al. High percentage safeties. You want to attack, high percentage attack. But
You've got to play the percentages, and she's
a
not
lot,
doing
and
that.
she's not doing that.
She's taking flyers and going for what we like to call Superman shots, and they're not going to.
Hail Marys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
No, not at this magnitude in the tournament, in the finals, where both players are hungry. Shaw is, I think, hungrier than Karen. Like you said before, Karen's just happy to be there because she beat Earl. But like
Right.
Al said, it's a bad advice. She had to keep that killer instinct. So if she's trying to get cute with Jayson, she's going to come up second. No, I'm just saying that as a figure of speech, but she's going to come up second if she continues playing that way. I don't know. That's my opinion, and yeah.
All of a sudden, Jason's break is not working. He was, for a moment, with Earl, it was working very well.
Well, that's really been the only chink in his armor so far.
Yeah, but
You know, Jayson Shore is called the Eagle Eye, and everybody knows the pool player's job is to punish your opponent. You want to win. So Jayson or Karen, for that fact, is out there to punish one or the other. It's just a matter of who's going to stay in control of the box, meaning the table.
And not to second guess you, but that came down to what I said about who makes the ball in the break and who gets control, basically.
Yeah,
You know, so.
absolutely. Absolutely.
But the control of the table is important, that's for sure.
You know, a beautiful rack like this, there's really not too many places to hide if you get in trouble.
Yeah.
So you really want to run it all out. And this is wide open. She has to be careful here with this. It's a little shot. She's going to roll it slow, but she still has to be careful. Unless it's straight on.
That's true.
Oh, went right past it.
Yeah, I didn't think the straight shot was on. I thought the combo was
Excuse
there.
me.
Yeah, me too.
again, this optical illusion
Yeah.
of the angle of the way the camera is looking at
Yeah.
the
Well,
at the
I
table.
bought another piece of equipment.
What
and,
is that?
The casino reassured me they have these little elevators on the top here where I can get like one of these serious overheads going, and it's wireless and
Really?
it's HD. Yeah, it's, you'll see.
Next time, right?
I don't want to say next time because I don't know if it's going to do what I want it to do to the quality that I want to get out of it. But it's supposed to be it. It's just another piece of study.
Yeah, we tried putting a GoPro at the Ted for Minds Classic on the ceiling, and the table comes oval. You know, it doesn't.
It's called a fisheye. You
Yeah,
can take that
fisheye.
out.
Yeah, you can take it out. Yeah.
You can take it out in the settings.
Yeah, we didn't. We looked at it. The camera. We didn't like it. So.
All right, she's out here.
Yep.
It's going to be 5-4, and for the early combos she's given to Jayson, 5-4 is not a bad place to be.
No.
Especially when you're breaking.
No. If you take out the mistakes, she should have been in the lead. So
Yeah.
you know. I'm still predicting my 13-10 score either way. Sticking to my guns. What do you think, Alex?
Still a lot
I
of
think
people
there
here.
is something going on that it's not a phenomenon. It's just the way pool players' mind works and how they are in the tournament. You know, many times Jayson or Shane Van Boning would lose early in the opening rounds of the tournament on the A side.
It's a totally
Gold.
different animal you're leading at.
Yeah, but
At that B side, you keep working all the time. Go ahead.
Yeah, well,
I
they
know
would
where you're
then
going
go
with it.
and plow through the whole B side,
Yeah.
come back and win the tournament. Karen was playing okay in the beginning of the tournament. When
Okay, yeah.
w-
She played for
when-
the hot seat.
No, I'm
Roll
trying.
through it. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are you with me, Al?
I'm with you. But
I
I don't
know
if
you
you're in
work
the same
long hours.
I'm with you, but I don't know if you're in the same taxi. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in the same taxi.
I was trying to find your flaws right
She
now while you're
had
talking.
she had a pivotal moment in the tournament where her possibility of her going to the B side was playing against Maxim,
At 8-8.
and she was losing 8-4, and she came back and beat him 9-8.
Broke the 9 on the
And-
hill rack.
Right, exactly. I think she, until the moment that she actually won that match, she was kind of in a not up, perfectly upward motion.
Downward spiral.
Right. No, she was not in the spiral, but
got
she was not
Put
feeling
some wind under her
that
wings.
winning that match.
Now, can I just stop you a
turned
minute?
everything, because then
What does
she.
that got to do with going to the B side?
I'm talking about when a player gets down in the tournament and then finds a second wind.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
She found an inspiration.
I got
She
you.
found that second Karen Corr in herself.
Okay.
And then she came and she hit
Wow, what a shot.
She gained a little more
It's gonna pay
confidence.
for
in
it.
more
herself.
confidence, especially because she is a world-class player. She can now use that confidence and her skill
Gotcha.
as an extra weapon.
Gotcha.
I know.
That combination, not to change the subject, but
Yeah.
that combination that Jayson just took on, that does not go back to what you were saying earlier, Al. That was more the old, if I can see it, I can make it, and I'll deal with things when I get there.
Yeah, he
Jayson.
does. He does tilt her a little bit here and there. You'll notice he'll shoot a little spurt of the old Jayson and then fall right back into the new rhythm.
And if there's anyone who is capable of punishing you for that, it would be Karen. More so in this tournament from what I've seen than some of the other players.
Let's see if she does. Let's see if she does decide to run this rack and punish Jayson.
She's been punishing.
And no.
jeez.
And no.
I'm surprised the
look
2-9 didn't
look
go
at what she
in.
left.
She got a little fortunate
Yeah.
up until now.
Yeah.
Depends on what Jason's going to do here.
The inside
Right
spin
behind
behind the.
five.
Oh, that's a nice shot. I like that.
And using the 9.
She can't even go one rail. I think the 5 is blocking.
You don't think she can go under the 9?
No.
If she's married to that 5 ball,
It's tough to see from when we're looking at the screen.
Yeah, she can go one rail.
One rail,
Yeah. I thought that was blocked by the 5.
And she's going to aim for a little bit of the bottom side of the 2 to move the 2 up table.
Precisely. And she might make this cross side, actually. Oh,
Not
she.
on the side. Oh.
Okay.
Again, that wide open play, it will punish you. Maybe it didn't punish Jayson this time, but it punished her.
One huge change that I see in Jason's game between this year and a couple of
Watch
years
the 8.
ago, when he's down sometimes, it doesn't bother him. He just plows right through and goes to picks up his next level.
did you see how fast he pulled the trigger on that, Alex?
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. If he can see the shot, forget it. He can make almost any shots out there.
He has a quality that most players, well, I can't say most players don't have, but most players fail to perfect, is that nothing phases him. Nothing phases him. Players will look at a person in the crowd because he sneezed the wrong way.
Right, right.
One person will stop stroking because somebody said something. all these little things
Right.
that will get you out of your game. But Jayson's like,
Well,
you can throw a
If you think of his
You know what I mean?
background, his background is English. What is it? 8-ball.
English 8-ball, and
or
where
black ball.
And where do they
Right.
play English 8-ball? In
In
bars,
bars,
with beer and
with-
whatnot,
and
with
people
noise and
yelling
music
stuff
and yelling.
and-
Exactly.
and
Kind of
curse-
like Efren and Chickens back where he lives.
Girlfriend
You know what I
and
mean? No,
chickens.
I'm just saying. No.
That's very good. Efren and
And
I
the
heard the
chickens.
flip-flop
I know-
business
I
is
know-
the business to get
I
into.
You know what I'm
the-
talking about? The videos. You know,
I
sometimes
know
you see him
it
gambling.
gets
and-
cold in Canada, but
One ball into the corner.
Have you seen the videos I'm talking about?
yes, I know. I know
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
There was a challenge match, and there's a chicken almost walking across the table.
The chicken made the 9-ball on the break. You didn't see that one? But all,
No, I
all
saw
that to
that.
say that when you're playing this game, you gotta block everything, all
Yeah,
the noise. That's
you
why
have
people wear
to,
earphones and they wear music pieces and they wear anything to help them keep focus on the table. And for some reason or another, I see all the players. I see Jayson is one of those guys that nothing phases him. He even laughs about it. You know.
We've got a couple players back home, and it seems the younger players are able to do that, and we refer to it as being so young they don't know they can miss. Now, Jason's been playing long enough; he knows he can miss, but he still seems to have that mentality. Is this a missable shot? Well, of course not, because I'm hitting it. You know, the ball's going to go in. I know it is.
That's oozing with confidence.
And you can look at that and you can say, well, you know, that's going to bite you in the butt, and that's going to get you in trouble. Well, he got a roll there.
Yeah.
But
And people clap. And people clap. I like that one.
you know, can you play?
There's only one person in the. I'm sorry. There's only one person not laughing.
Listen.
Right. Karen didn't find that amusing.
No,
at all.
no.
Well,
no,
look,
no.
she's not taking it all that bad either. They're having a good time.
It's not
Jason
phasing
is
her. You
smiling.
see? It's
She's
not
laughing.
phasing her. Yeah.
She's laughing. She's enjoying this tournament, and she's got nothing to be ashamed of if she happens
No.
to take second place.
No, of course
You know,
not.
she went through a lot of players.
126 players would like to have
Yeah.
taken second
Come
place.
on.
Absolutely.
Crazy. And it's one of the best venues in the world right now. You know?
Absolutely.
One of the best venues in the States.
Oh yeah, this is just a great place to come
You
for
know?
a tournament. They take great care of you. I've been to tournaments where the people at the venue act like they don't want you to be there. These people seem like they're happy to see us every 6 months when we're here.
Yep.
I have yet to come here in the winter. I have not ventured the road.
You mean this isn't the
You,
winter?
you gotta play it by
Back home.
yeah, from the
Yeah.
desert. He is.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I go up to the room and the room was almost 80 degrees. I said,
that was comfortable.
he's brutal.
Watch the side. Oh, that cue ball was scratching cross-side.
Yeah, you got a nice kick there.
Yeah.
Well, I actually don't understand why people get surprised when a shot like this happens. If it is in the format of the tournament, if it is in the rules of the tournament, and the shot happens, it basically the rules allow for that shot to happen.
Well, you're
Okay.
saying you should play call 9,
Um,
or not call 9, but call
No,
play
no,
10
no.
ball rules.
No, call 9 would be the least to ask for.
I just want to make a quick interruption. Matt, how do you pronounce that? Kennefic?
I'm sorry, what?
Matt Kennefic?
Matt Kennefic.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kennefic. Yeah,
I just
Kennefic.
want to say thank you on behalf of Allison Fisher for
Generosity.
your generosity. Allison Fisher just hit me up on the phone, and it felt like I was going to get electrocuted. She says, Al, please make sure you thank everybody, and you're the last person to actually, one of the last people that actually just made a donation to Allison at her GoFundMe page. And she said, make sure you thank him because she couldn't be here verbally to thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, so what does Karen have to do with this 2 ball?
Definitely.
A bank.
Because the 3 doesn't go past the 6.
I don't like safety here.
Well, that's not a bad safety, but he's going to go 1 rail under it.
Or actually straight on it.
Oh,
And-
can he
and
see?
play a stop shot in the 2 ball, 2 rails.
Exactly.
Or he's playing just fanning it and coming behind the 9. Oh, he tried.
He seemed to rush that shot. I mean,
did.
it's a silly question with Jayson.
No, it's, yeah, but you're right about that. He took it for granted. He thought the safety was like automatic. So he ran into that 9 full. Like he didn't even like thin it. He just ran into it full.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't see a lot of players, in this tournament at least, play banks when they come on. Freely. They prefer to play a safety.
I just think they're playing a higher percentage shot.
Yeah, basically,
It
it's
is
high
true,
percentage,
but there
yeah.
are also very... I'm not talking about banks that you have to, manufacture a bank. I'm talking about banks that...
Are dead or like straight on, kind of.
Basically straight on.
That need not much work. Basically, you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is some sloppy safety play
Yeah.
from Jayson. Is it just because he knows the 3 doesn't go? And it goes back to what is being said here. I mean, if Karen would fire this 3, or if she would even look at this 3 as, if I get shape, I just fire it cross-side.
Do you believe?
And then
Do
she's
you
right.
believe in?
She's
Go ahead.
Jayson just gave Karen. Here you go. I give it a 2. You deal with the 3.
Yeah.
That's basically what it came down to. Like, I don't want to mess the 3. You try to do the 2.
How
And
about
if
the
you
9
get
on the
opposed in the 3 and
Karen?
run out, congratulations. But I don't want to deal with it. So Karen goes, okay, I'll try to do something funny with it.
And now she's going to have to play a safe
And
jack
now
up
she's
on the
hampered.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's the safety becomes double hard.
Guys, please don't knock Jerry Tarantola or say anything bad about Jerry Tarantola in the chat. Could keep it to yourself. Sorry I have to get involved there. Moderators are there in place.
What do you see here? Fanning. I see him the cube fanning the 3 and sending the cue ball towards the 8.
Just hide behind 4.
Yeah. She can leave him right up on the 4. Well, she
Wow.
could
She
have.
didn't make it.
And
I
she's
think
going to
she
sell it
I
out.
think she wanted to nick that 7, don't you think? And just to let the 7 hit the rail.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
It's not an
Getting
easy
back to
shot,
what
though.
Mike Howerton was saying about Jayson playing, not so good safes and everything. Do you believe in traps, where a player will let you see a shot, and
That's what I was coming to because the position on the 2 ball that Karen was
Okay.
on. That's why.
all right.
So it was kind of a trap basically. Yeah. But yeah, it's true. You're right though. Players
But
will
that's-
intentionally give traps to other players for sure. For
This
sure.
is 9 ball. I mean, I say we, that's ridiculous. All the players back home who really know how to play, they play 1 pocket. Now, you see traps in that all the time, but this is 9 ball. You don't trap your opponent.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
At
trap
this
shots.
level?
Sure.
At this level, you
We've
can
seen
lose
it.
a lot
We've
of
seen
money
it in one of the
trying to
sets,
trap
too.
Karen.
Oh yeah, you can, but not impossible.
No.
The speed is very good.
Oh, yeah. And he doesn't have to be perfect on the ball.
Well, how many times have you seen Efren Reyes play a shot that players are like, I didn't see that, or how did he play that, or something like that.
Yeah.
So no matter what level you are, every player has a different repertoire. So if
Right.
you're going to trap a player, you know a shot in
Oh,
your
sure.
repertoire.
Well, now that's when it comes to pushing out and stuff like that.
But even when you're playing
completely-
intentional, when you're playing intentional safeties, when you're showing a player a shot, it's like a push out basically. You're kind
Okay.
of like bluffing kind of
Okay.
thing. You know what I mean? But
See,
you're
I just-
forcing him to play it because there's no push.
I just think that's a dangerous habit to get into.
You have to.
You see, I mean, I was just going to say it, but somebody brought it up in the chat. You see it after a push out where a player will push out to a jump shot. And
Right.
That's kind of intimidating the incoming player to step up in front of a crowd and say, hey, I could jump a ball.
That was one
But
of
that,
Earl's
But that
things.
doesn't necessarily mean that you can jump the ball and get position on the next one. So he just wants to get out there and show people he can jump it. So there's a lot of traps.
Look at this.
You know,
Right.
back when, before the jump cue was in everybody's case, Earl would do that. He would push out to a jump and say, what do you want to do with it? Because you know what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He just moved 5 balls all the way to the opposite short side.
And the 9 ball barely moved.
Oh,
He found the hole.
yeah, 5 balls in a jumble there, not a problem. I'll just run out. Now, he's not feeling froggy enough to bank this 2 and just
Well,
keep
he has
running.
a combination on the 3-6. You know what I mean? He
Apparently, that's why they don't take banks on.
Yeah, but you see, he played more than a bank. Because he played it the way he played with the speed, if he wanted to make that ball only, he would have made it. He is a fantastic banker, but he played it two-way.
So he played it to break up the 3-6 and to
the
miss the
three.
2.
Yes,
Okay. Well,
he has a lot of
I don't disagree with you on that
a
analysis.
two-step shot.
Two-step shot, yeah.
Yeah,
No rail.
Yeah.
Or was it
the
two off the rail?
Yeah,
It
two
was
was
off the
yeah, it
rail,
was
I'm
off the
sorry.
rail. Yeah.
Good speed.
Yeah.
Wasn't that one of the characters' names in one of the movies with Sean Connery?
two-speed.
Yep.
Dr. Goodspeed? The Rock.
The Rock, that was it. Good speed, good speed.
Yeah.
Talking of birds,
So you mean back home, all those times that I missed balls, I can just walk away from the table and say, it's a trap.
no.
I didn't really miss the ball.
Not
trapped
all
me.
the times.
No.
Do you
Sometimes
miss that
they just
often?
get that. Yeah,
Only-
trust me, I do.
Only if
For
you
it,
do it
for it to work,
intentionally.
you got to make a few, so
Yeah.
it looks
Oh,
Do
man.
you have customers every day?
Yeah, they're normally lined up when I walk in the door.
Do you want to attempt this? Spin the shot?
good. No, I wouldn't. I would fan it.
Don't be surprised.
You gonna fan it on the outside
I
like
fan it on the
this?
inside. I fan it on the outside. The
She's
2
so-
towards the 9 and the cue ball 2 rails
Yeah,
towards the 5.
Okay.
She so wants to just spin this ball in, but she's going to go the other way, Tino. Oh,
Oh, I don't like this.
I don't know.
She's not going for
She's
the
banking
ball.
the 2 towards the 3.
Trying to
Oh.
put the
Playing a
cue ball
safety.
behind the 9.
Wow.
It's a safety.
She played that.
Yeah, well,
she played
it
double.
wrong.
She played a double kicks.
She
And
played
she's
it
gonna
wrong.
pay for it.
Yeah. Jason Shore.
It's a great shot only when
You
the
may-
object, no, when it is in the middle of the short rail, not next to the pocket. In this case, there's another shot. It's like a extreme, like a force follow with inside English, banking the 2, and cue ball sticks to this short rail and 2 ball
Top spin and
top spin.
stops
yeah,
right there. Yeah.
and 2 ball goes to the other short rail.
That's a good shot, Alex. Yeah.
And you didn't hear telling me that.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know that shot.
Okay.
And I will go back on the comment I made about traps, in that Jason's style of play in itself can be a trap.
You're not
If he
kidding.
wants to get up there and just fire at balls and make it look like he's not trying at all, it's like, okay, Karen, you try to play like this. Let's see what happens.
Or he could lure you
So
into
it's like an
this kind
intimidating
of
factor.
The
playing.
intimidation factor is big.
Yeah.
Big. And so is the score. It's now 9-4, if I'm correct. And we're only going to 13. Jason's making this look like it's a race to 6. The way
Is
he's
this a
going.
mandatory
He's still slowed
race
down,
to 13?
but yet
Yeah.
he's at 9. I
Yeah.
mean, we played 13 racks already.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, started this recording 1 hour ago.
Yeah. Exactly. It's 8:15,
And they're trading safeties.
and they're
Well,
trading safeties.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. They're bluffing.
They're
basically.
bluffing.
Yeah. They're calling each other out.
Watch the
So-
2 ball and the 1 ball. Wow. 6 ball got
6
kicked in.
ball.
8 ball got kicked
I
in.
love his
That was
break.
a nice break. Yeah.
9 ball hanging by the corner. Jason's looking to make it a short rack 5 and out the door. Let's see what he can do.
2-3 combo maybe.
Two,
Yeah.
2-9 combo.
No.
If he drew this 1, if he's straight in, he could draw the 1 and just fire the 2-9. And the way he's playing, why wouldn't he?
I don't think he has the angle. I think he has the angle to drift center table.
Then
And-
then it's 2-3.
Yeah.
And the score,
Look at
that's
this.
what he's going for.
What a nice shot.
He just played position. That's
He was going for the 2-9. If he overrolled that, he knew he had the 2 on the side. So he had a 6 to 8 inches gap there of leeway. You know what I mean?
Well,
He
and that's
can
just
still
it.
play.
He did. He did. He had the 2
doesn't
on the
feel he
side,
can
2
get
on the
in trouble.
corner,
Yeah.
or 2-9. You know what I mean? He had.
Yeah.
He was
In
playing
any
that
case.
area. Yeah.
In any case, it's down. And it looks like we're going to have a 5-9 combination. And Jason Shore going up 10-4.
10-5,
Good
10-4.
buddy. Wow.
10-4. Wow. My 13-10 prediction is like a little bit on the offset.
4, 5.
5-9 combo or a billiard?
I want to say hi to Tommy Jr., Tommy Seminara up in Connecticut. We understand you're tuned in. And Jason's dad and family. Look at this. Why play that? I can go right behind the 9 and run out. Jason's father, Charlie, and his sister Natalie. We know you're watching. I got your text message. And Tommy Seminara Jr. in Connecticut waving a hand at you. And everybody else, I didn't check my text.
Wow.
10-4, good buddy. Jason's up.
Al, do you remember what year was it that Karen won this event?
She never
She's
won.
never
the
won
one.
this one.
I thought she won.
She just she mentioned that she never even made it to the finals.
She's won 5 Joss stops, but she's never
She's
won
never
this
won
event.
a Turning Stone event.
Why am I? There was some kind of a men event, like men-dominated event that she won.
She has won the Joss, yeah. She's
In the
won
Joss.
the Joss.
She's won
She's won a
numerous.
Joss event, yeah.
She's won numerous Joss.
And
events.
the one the one where I remember one event because she beat Francis Crevier, a buddy from Quebec City, in the finals. I remember
Where
that.
was
one.
it that
2 years
run?
ago.
Where was it run? In Buffalo?
Oh, I don't remember which pool hall it was. It could have been Newcastle, Sandcastles. It could have been, I don't know. It could have been in Syracuse. It could have been in Albany. I don't know.
When
Any of those Joss East Coast stops. I don't know. But this was like 2 years ago. 3 years ago? Yeah.
So did I see there's a second tour starting up in Canada?
There's a Falcon.
yeah.
It's called the Falcon
Well,
Tour.
that's the one that's been around for a year or two.
Exactly. It started
And
last
there's
year.
another one starting up. I want to say Steve Booth is putting one together. And he's got
Who's-
Viking behind him.
Who's Steve Booth?
Photographer.
If it's in Ontario, Toronto, I have no idea who's running that. 'cause
onepocket.org.
I'm only in Quebec.
No, maybe it's not Steve Booth. I'll see what I can find.
There's the 10.0 tour happening. That's something the guys up in St. Hyacinth organized. That's one tour, the Falcon Tour. That's about it. On the Quebec side.
I'm sorry, Steve Cooper.
Steve Cooper is in actually in New Brunswick, so he has that probably has a tour going on in New Brunswick. There you go. So that's the one you're talking about. Perfect.
Yeah.
I wasn't even aware of that. So
New Brunswick Billiards Association Viking Q Tour starts up this weekend,
nice.
and it's going to play through until mid-January.
So a lot of cue makers are on board right now with the Predator Tour, Mez Tour, Jaws Tour, Falcon Tour, Viking Tour. A lot of cues are getting out there.
Well, and it's great to see the cue makers and the different members of the industry supporting the regional tours. That's what we have going.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to someone about sponsorship. How come Bill Gates not sponsoring any tournaments?
Believe it
Like
or not,
Windows,
he's a
Windows
down-to-earth
10,
person. He's a down-to-earth person.
But you're just
down
asking
to
him
which
to
earth?
somebody like that. You're just asking them to,
No.
throw
Well,
money
I
away.
don't
They don't care about pool.
He's going to ask you, what do I get back?
Right. How does it
No,
benefit
he's-
him in any way?
Makes money
He's a
becau-
big philanthropist in regards to.
You just ask him, I need $10 million or $20 million. It's a write-off.
The future of pool is not convincing people with a lot of money to give it to you, though.
What's going to happen when it hits the Olympics?
Well said, Mike.
Well, it's going to take a real effort from somebody for it to hit the Olympics, and I don't see that effort. Who's leading that charge?
Well,
rumor has
somebody
it in 2020 that China something stirring
That's
up
because
around
it's
China.
in Tokyo.
Well, China
That there
could
might
do it.
be some pool or billiards in the Olympics.
Well, snooker will be in the Olympics before any other game of pool, basically.
Well, Chinese 8-ball, with
Yeah.
Because it resembles snooker.
Yeah.
It's a small version of a snooker table. That's what it is.
Well, in Asian Olympics, Asian Games, which is the equivalent of Olympics, but only
Jasmine
for Asian.
Jasmine Ocean has won a few of those.
There is pool is one of the disciplines.
Yeah, along with other precision sports.
They have team sports and they have individuals.
He's going to get a nice roll here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. What happened?
I think he double tapped on the cue
Probably,
ball.
yeah,
Must have.
something must have went wrong for sure. Or else you wouldn't pick up the cue ball like that.
And he called on himself.
Which is very noble.
Yeah. Not.
You know, it's, I mentioned this before, 14 hours sitting in the tank, which I consider the booth here, and commentating on a match where you're calling the four ball on the side in the corner. It's good to hear stories behind here, and they talk about how we're going to get pool into the Olympics.
Because if I can add something to what you're just saying, Al,
Yeah.
because God knows pool is not where it should be like the other sports. So the reason why we talk about this is to give you
Right.
guys some kind of idea or a heads up or direction or why this, why that. You know, players have a responsibility for themselves to market their own sport. So the reason why pool is not where it's supposed to be, it's not because of only its sponsors, yes. It could be pool owners, yes. But nobody's blaming the players for this, and I'm blaming a little bit the players for not being professional enough to go out there and to actually market themselves,
Right.
to get sponsors. That's my take.
Karen at 5 and Jayson Schur at 10. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I have to 100% agree with you. It has been said in the past, why don't the pro players have the game they deserve? And the response is they have exactly the game they deserve. You know, if they can't treat themselves as professionals, act and behave as professionals,
Exactly.
and it's not just one player. You know, and Alex would probably be able to comment on this, and Tino too. I believe that professional players from outside the U.S. look at the top players in the U.S. and say, "What is that? I mean, what kind of
kind
why
of
do they act
behavior
that
is
way?"
that?
Yeah,
Remember last year when I was here, and thank you, Mike, for pointing that out. Remember last year when I came here and I blasted Dennis Hatch on the internet because he did something stupid, and I said Dennis Hatch should be banned, and I had people blasting me because they didn't know what I was talking about, which is fine. You know, we're here to learn and we're here to like grow the sport. But when you have players insulting spectators or players insulting other players, and you have future sponsors in the crowd looking for a reason to invest money for him to make a business, and at the same time he says, listen, I want to invest in pool. He comes here and he sees players bitching at each other, screaming at each other, racks, and the guy takes 10 minutes to rack a ball. The sponsor just walks out and leaves.
right.
So I'm just saying, you guys, I don't know, you guys should be more professionals. You guys are professionals on a pool table, fine, but try to be professional outside the pool table for once.
Well, tell me, if you look at the American pool scene,
Yeah.
where is that being promoted? Being a professional first and a great pool player second.
Lindenwood University.
Bingo.
What is where can you give me more information?
Al, can you?
Yeah.
You've been there, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, I haven't been there, no, but I've roomed with Mark Wilson, who heads up that part of Linwood University. It's 4 diamond pool tables, actually a pool school. And Mark Wilson leads it up, and to actually get invited to play pool on a professional level and represent the game in the right way as far as dress code, respect, which he demands, and your grades got to be at a certain level. You just can't come in there being the Joe Smo. You can't even go in there cussing. You start cussing or bad mouthing one of you're out.
How the,
If
so
your
how, what is
teammate-
the way?
If your teammate needs a ride to someplace because they don't have a ride and happens to ask you for a ride, and you just say no, and Mark Wilson finds out about it, you will be penalized in a strong way.
Yeah, he
I
has
mean,
said there are no second chances
there
on
is
his
none.
team.
So, you know, this is the way he's trying to bring the game up to the level, and I hate to use the Europe as an example, to the level where he thinks it is, because Europe does represent the game in my eyes as far as a dress code and as far as respect for the game in the right way.
Definitely.
But I think there's room for perfection. And if you talk to Mark Wilson and if you follow him, I think the USA is over going to do everybody if they follow the way Mark Wilson is setting those footsteps.
Because I think Mark Wilson is taking notes from the Europeans. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
let's not debate over here. Me and you, we're going to get out on that table.
we're gonna go at it. We're gonna go
what's
at
the
it
score?
for sure.
We are 11-5.
11-5, sorry.
When you're getting your ass kicked
I
year
put-
after
listen,
year
I-
after year, and then no, I'm
Listen,
just
I
saying.
put the screws in there for you, okay?
Nice, I know. When you're losing to the Europeans year after year after year, the coach, after a while, don't you just realize, hey, what are they doing right and what are we doing wrong?
Yeah.
So aren't they taking a little bit of a piece of the European mentality
Well,
and try
that's
to
how
incorporate
everybody
it?
grows.
Of course.
Of course.
You know?
Of course. I'm turning the screws on you. You know that.
Of course you are.
Let me.
And I love it.
Let me tell you, the Russian Federation of Pool hired Johan, the former
Mosconi Cup team captain, yeah.
team captain,
Yeah.
as their junior coach,
Good move.
and they just go to European tournaments and they make mincemeat from all of the players over there, as far as discipline and etiquette.
Etiquette, that was the word.
Yeah.
Etiquette that is a foreign word in the American pool. Honestly,
Yeah, it is. That and respect.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
There are-
none.
there is no respect for the opponent, and there is no respect for other players. Me is and I is the main word.
Yeah, egotistical.
And you can see, and this is what turns off the sponsors. They want to see a sport of respect, and especially because it is an individual sport.
Well,
And
besides that, in Rush, Maxime,
Right.
for losing that match against
Karen,
Corr, when he gets back there, Putin's just going to put him somewhere in the cage, make him
Put
practice. Yeah,
put in the cage.
he's going to put him in a cage.
bumps. Yeah.
No, it's a totally different way of training, especially in different countries. But you got to check out Linwood University, where Mark Wilson is, and I would like to say his training is somewhat like going to boot camp in a hard way, and really, you're not going to get in there, like I said, unless you're a respectable and an educated young person. I believe he could only have people up to 18, right? I think 18. No, the juniors only go up to 18. As you get into college, and you receive discounts because
Yeah.
you're going to be participating in the billiard school with them. At that school, they want billiards and pool to be a sport, and that it's the right path. It's the right path, but it has to be done.
At an early age.
There has to
The
be a
grassroots.
foundation. There
Yeah,
has to
there
be a
has to be a-
foundation
yeah, there you go.
to say, well, this is the way it is, and Mark's open for good advice at all times, but he's got his concept is in my eyes just about right, and that's just my personal opinion. For everybody else to follow and set their standards like that.
So Mark is trying to build a role model mentality of how a pool player should actually think, speak, play, and
set up a domino
demeanor
effect.
and a domino effect, and his demeanor on the table also.
I think it's very good.
Which is
concept.
which is fine. Yeah, which is fine.
12-5.
Oh, I thought Jayson,
No,
he was
he's-
giving the cue ball away. He was just getting it cleaned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, a souvenir.
I think he's
You
going to
know,
be
like-
signing it here pretty quickly.
Yeah, you're on the hill.
He's getting it
Remember?
cleaned.
I thought I missed it.
Cleaned it so.
In tennis, sometimes they throw one of their headbands into the crowd after they win,
Yeah.
or a tennis ball.
Yeah.
Nobody throws a cue ball into the crowd.
You know what? He
Grabs it and heaves it into the stands.
he throws
That's
it at
the-
100 miles an hour.
Not this way.
He can also sign a glove. Sign the glove and throw the
There
glove
you
in the
go.
I remember when I was in Vegas, I went and encouraged my girlfriend back then at the APA tournament. And you could have paid $10 to play a rack with Jeanette Lee.
Yes.
And if you break and run the rack,
Yes.
you get a picture, signed autograph, and you get the glove signed.
glove.
So I paid
Unbelievable.
$10. I break and run. But while I was running the rack, she's always there, like flicking her hair and trying to like throw you off your
Shark
game,
you a
right?
little
And
off.
I love acting and I love
Right,
playing the
right.
field. So I'm blowing her hair away. I go, Jeanette, you're bothering me. Jeanette, you're bothering me. I can't see the ball. Get out of the way, please. And she looks at me and she starts laughing. And I run out. Perfect, And then she takes a picture. And yeah, so it's the marketing. When I said marketing, Jeanette Lee markets herself excellent. She's a good spokesperson for the game. She markets herself well. She supports the juniors.
How can we get her back on ESPN?
Well,
How
you've got to
can
have
we get-
events first.
That's the key.
Although,
what first?
wait a minute, is she going to be in the big ESPN Invitational event?
Yes,
She has a
she's one of them.
discovery program coming up where she's playing with Ronnie O'Sullivan. That we know.
History Channel.
I am
Yeah,
not
it's
sure.
History
Ronnie
Channel.
Ronnie O'Sullivan invades America.
Her family, her biography.
No, the big ESPN event, the Ladies Tournament of Champions. Is she going to be a part of that?
I'm not sure.
I want to say Karen is. I'm betting this game will be over before I can find it.
That's right. We'll wait for you. We're going to have Jayson in the booth if Jayson should beat Karen.
Well, actually, we're going to be here a
And we're
while
go-
because she's going to get to 10.
Right.
Yeah,
I-
well, my
from-
prediction still stands.
Yeah.
She's got 5 games left.
For soda,
No,
I'm already in the hole.
no, that's fine. You should have said that before.
3-rail safe. Watch this. Unless he's going to
True.
pocket
No,
this.
I like the 3-roll save.
Yeah.
Uses the 9. Nice.
In the words of He-Man, I have the power. No, she's not. It's Allison, Kelly, Guy Young, and Jasmine. And that will be September 21st at the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City. I refuse to
Right.
say that other word. It's just the Taj Mahal.
Right. He doesn't want to mention the next president.
The next one?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to
Yeah.
mention the next president.
We won't have to worry about Poole's future then.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
you're talking about that
actually,
the plaza?
Trump's Taj Mahal.
I'm contemplating going and talking to him about it in
You know,
New York.
Jason's on the hill, folks. He's got ball in hand.
You just gave me a
Combo?
great idea.
No.
And while we're
Taj
at
Mahal International Pool Tournament.
Easy out. 3, 4, 5 on the bottom table.
it, yeah, 3 on the side, unless it passes the 5. No, 3 on the side.
Oh, he's out.
And while we're talking about the events at the Taj Mahal, the men, Kevin Cheng, Alex Pagulayan, Mr. Shaw, and Mr. Van Boning, and those are both made for TV. Now he needs to like pull the Sharpie out of his sock so that he can sign the ball.
Yeah, he's got to pull a Happy Gilmore right here.
Mike, don't go anywhere. After this, we're going to have Karen, Corr, and Jayson Shore here.
I'll be out. Oh, you guys can converse with them.
We're just
and
gonna. Well, we're gonna make room for
No,
just
I'll
one.
be
If
out.
you
I'll
want,
take
you
out.
could sit.
You guys, don't worry. We'll make room.
Okay.
You're in charge, Al.
I'd like
You're
to
the
say thank
producer?
you to everybody in the chat that's been supporting the live stream and spreading the news via the social media or forums. Before you guys take off, we're going to have an interview with Karen Corr and Jayson Shore. The 4th time he's won this event. Eagle Eye. 13-5. Jayson Shore.
Good night, everyone.
Old Eagle Eye. My hero.
We'll let Karen draw the winner of the cue ball. Come on, Karen. You draw us something. We're going to give away this cue ball right here, signed by Jayson. Jayson drew the winner of the cue, so we'll let Karen draw this one.
Well, folks, you could see Mike Zuglin, who's going to draw for the second stick.
My ride is leaving, so I'll leave you guys to the interview. I would love to stay, but my rides are leaving. My ride is
Be
leaving.
careful.
So
Have a safe trip home.
Mike Howerton, it was nice meeting you, sir.
It was a pleasure.
We'll see each other soon.
Be
I
careful,
hope.
Tino,
Definitely.
getting out.
Yes. Eddie
And,
the Lock.
Take your picture from Rocky.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being nice with me this year. I know you guys gave me heck last summer when I was around. That's fine. I want to thank Upstate Al for letting me commentate. I want
Mike
to thank
Zuglin.
Mike Howard, Mike
Mike
Zuglin. I
Howard.
want to
Mike
thank
Howard.
Pat Fleming. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Tino. Leave the headset. Don't take it with you.
You wouldn't get far with the headset on.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think I'd be passing the border with this on my head, so that's fine.
You wouldn't like the American headset anyway. Hi, folks. Stand by. We're going to have Eagle Eye do a little interview with Eagle Eye and Karen. She's not running. Where is Karen?
She's starting to walk off.
We need you 1 minute.
She's got pictures to take with people and
Yeah.
autographs to sign. And
Yeah, that's all right. She'll be over.
you know, we thank a lot of people, Al, but we really got to thank Mike Zuglin. He goes above and beyond. This tournament is ran beautifully from day 1 to the end of day 4. He doesn't play games with players. It's all straightforward.
Okay, Eddie, home safe. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And we also want to mention the Turning Stone Casino and Resort. This tournament has been here in the home of the Turning Stone since the year 2000.
All right, we can't reach that.
And they seem to love the pool players. And there
Yeah.
are a lot of venues that have held events like this, and they've lasted 2 or 3 times, and then somehow it gets
Fades
ruined.
out, yeah.
I mean, I know that there are people who have tried to get into this venue, who have tried to come in behind Mike and say, I can offer you more if you dump Mike and go with me. And they just say, no, we're not interested,
Yeah.
which is good.
Well, Mike has good relations with this Turning Stone.
4265. What is that? I can't see.
He looks like he's thrown up. Oh, that's better. Looked like a gang sign there for a second.
Wearing the Molinari glove, nevertheless.
I wonder if that's why he never misses. The
Well, I'll tell you
glove.
what. Well, it eliminates the powder, any humidity, anything. You know the story behind it. And I tell you, they're built great. They're one of the sponsors keep me on the road. They realized when they first came out, the first one, the stitching was only a single stitching. Revamped, made it double stitching, put a web in the middle. I mean, it's just amazing of what Molinari's been doing with their products. Not only their gloves, all the products that they carry. Same thing with JB cases, and anybody in the industry that realizes there's something wrong with their product, they fix it. And, to have big sponsors on board like that and people that are trustworthy, that stand behind their items, really means a lot to me. And that's just another company, Molinari.
Good to see them out there.
Jason, I'm going to need you. Jason, I'm going to need you. Yeah. Tony, right after this, it's going to be quick, a couple of minutes.
Here he comes. That's a nice looking trophy.
Yeah, should go nice with the other 3.
The other 3,
Camera's going to be right there.
Okay.
you have a matching set?
Yeah.
Well,
They're all
Well,
different.
Oh, well, that's nice.
They're all different ones, like
Yeah.
blue and the last one I won, not last time, but time before that was really really nice. That was like blue and yellow, and it was shiny. It was nice.
You have like one for each room?
No, in fact, my phone's out there. Before I left the house, I took a picture of all 3 of them just to remind myself.
Did you hammer the nail already just so you could walk in the door and hang this?
No, I should have done right.
folks, this is Jason Shore, Eagle Eye,
How you
my
doing?
hero. Jason, first of all, congratulations.
Cheers, mate.
Let me ask you a question. You've calmed down. We don't see 9,000 mile an hour Jason Shore. We spoke about this last time. What a difference.
Yeah.
You put it to Karen the first time, and she had this look in her eye that she wants another shot at you. She got the shot.
Yeah, she did. I got lucky at 6-4 when I fluked a 9-ball. But other than that, I don't think I really missed much, to be honest. I think I overcut the 2-ball one game.
Yeah, you didn't miss much at all.
Broke dry a couple of times, but other than that, felt I was really steady and took my finish as well, you know.
Right. Mike Howerton, a couple of questions.
What is it about this event? I mean, look, you've won many other events, but
Yeah.
what is it about this event? Is there something that just makes you feel comfortable here?
I think the setup's the best setup.
You like upstate out?
Yeah, upstate
That
out.
must be it.
The setup in this room is amazing. I wish that they could have like the US Open in this room or something like this. This actually reminds me of the old US Open, the way the
At the
bleachers
convention
were
center,
at the convention
yeah.
center. Now, when I first went to that tournament, the US Open, I was 16 years old and I fell in love with it. The setup, the atmosphere, everything. And when I came here, I played one time, I finished like 8th place, and then the next time after that when I came, just feel really comfortable, you know. There's a lot of people watching, which is good. People coming in and out, different people
And you're
watching.
one of the players that really appreciate the crowd.
You know,
and
and it's
perform.
nice to see, like last night, Earl and Mike were playing. It was packed over there, you
Right,
know, and
right.
it was nice when Earl was still in. It was still packed. He's still a big draw. Don't worry
He
about
still
that.
is, yeah.
Last night was crazy. He had so many fans watching him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well,
you know.
the fans love Earl, and he loves the fans.
Yeah.
You know, along those lines, do you feel that you play better when you've got a crowd behind you cheering good shots?
Well, it's not just that. Obviously, I feel as if I can play good anywhere,
Sure.
where a crowd or not. But it's nice to have people there watching, you know, because you know what it's like sometimes. Some places you go, you don't have many
It's like a funeral, yeah.
spectators, you know. You have a few here and there. But other than that, I like the fact that it's open to anyone. So there's people who just see it downstairs or in the casino
Free.
and say, oh, let's go up, we'll watch some pool. You know, there's a lot of people I didn't know. But yeah, I feel really at home here. Obviously, my daughter was supposed to be born when I was here,
A
you
year
know,
ago?
but ended up,
I remember that.
Yeah.
and 2 years ago ended up she didn't give birth till 2 days later. But I won the tournament and she was here, so I just keep bringing her every time I'm here. It's like a good luck charm, you know.
Where are you off to next?
I'm playing in the World Straight Pool.
14.1? 14.1.
So
Yeah.
I'll get a couple of days practice in of some straight pool and see if I can get any runs.
Well, once again, congratulations, and we'll see you down
Thanks,
there in
mate.
New York City.
Just
at,
want to thank
Steinway.
all my sponsors.
Sure, go right ahead.
Mutual Q's, Kings of Vapor, Moose Billiard Shoes, Kamui
Yeah.
Tips,
Yeah.
Volturi Cases, and just want to thank my wife and that obviously also for being here the full time,
Right.
supporting me.
Family man,
Yeah.
Jayson Shaw. How about Dad and Natalie and everybody back home?
Yeah, thanks
Up
for
early in the
watching.
morning.
Yeah, they were it's like 2 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
there now, but I'm sure they're watching. So
Yeah.
thanks for watching.
Okay.
It's one's for you, Dad.
There you go.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Jay, for sitting in. Karen's coming over, Mike. All right. Hey, Karen. KC. Mike. Rick. Grab her attention.
Al, my mic's dead.
Oh, sorry. You're on now.
Now I'm back. Al's trying to get Karen. She's busy.
I want you two to sit down right after Karen.
Right after Karen for what?
Because you are her sponsor.
And?
I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Nothing that's going to put you in the witness protection program.
Man, I gamble with you, I drink with you, there's no way in hell you're gonna give me that. Yabba dabba doo.
Yabba dabba doo. We didn't play yabba dabba doo.
She'll eventually make her way through the crowd. Oh, here she comes.
Come sit down here.
Karen is wearing the rack that they were using for the finals.
Leave that around if you won't.
I think she's wanting to throw it away.
Well,
Hello.
well, everybody, I'd like to welcome two more folks. The one young lady in the green blouse there, I guess everybody knows. And the lady trying to hide in the back. There's a camera right there. This is Peg. She's the better half of Baltimore
Boston.
City Q's, one of Karen's
Come on, Peggy, come
Main,
around.
there you
There
go.
it goes.
Main
There we go.
sponsor.
You have to
Who,
turn
who
the
treat
camera
who
to look
treat
at. That's the
Karen
thing.
I'm
We're
losing
over
it.
there. We're over
there you
there.
go.
There we are.
There you go.
who treat Karen really the way she should be treated. First of all, congratulations on the second place. I know you were out there with a vengeance. You wanted to get him on that second set and come back and win this thing, obviously.
Yeah, had a bit of funny start again, you know.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 easy games and 4-1, and then I got back to 4-3, and then something happened in that game, a bit funny. I think I had a larrup at a 2-ball, but anyway. Yeah, and then I kicked a 2 and scratched off it, and sort of goofy stuff was happening, but then
Yeah.
he got his break going, and I can't fade his break. I tried hitting the mad,
Yeah.
my little 12 mile an hour didn't kind of do anything really.
But you come walking over to the booth with this in your hand. You said, "This rack is the one that got me." What was
It
the deal
is.
with the racking
I've
out
worked
there?
really hard for this wooden rack, so yeah, I need a bit more practice.
Oh,
Jayson
is
over
that
the
what it
head.
was?
Jayson over the head with it next time, probably. No, he played great, you know. I mean, he's tremendous talent. I was saying to him afterwards, like, he seems to steady down a little bit, and he's so gifted and that, but he don't make many mistakes, you know. That just.
You know, there was an ingredient in this tournament that I keep bringing up to the front is through the whole tournament, you were having fun. You really were enjoying yourself. You had a smile every time I saw you, and I think that was a big part of it. But Alex was sitting in here before. He said he believes the turning point in the tournament for you was when you played Maxime Dudenets, and it was Hill, and you broke on the last break and made the 9. And he says that boosted the confidence even more to another level.
Sure, it was like a miracle, really, to be honest. You know, I couldn't sleep last night.
You should have called me. You should have called me. I was up all night.
It's like dreams about it. How slow it just dribbled in and fell in at the right speed.
Yeah.
So it was amazing, really. I've had a fantastic tournament, and thanks to these guys for supporting us.
And
for all
we're
the
going to get to
and a
those
great
guys,
player.
trust
They've
me.
been keep bringing me back into the game as I keep disappearing. But anyway.
Well, we all like to have you part of the game. You know, something that I noticed in your matches, you came out slow in some of them. You know, you might have been down 1 or 2, 3 racks, but you didn't let that phase you. You know, once it got down into playing your game, which is maneuvering around the table, playing safeties, making balls, taking your time, whatever deficit you had, you made that up. I mean, is that part of? Does it take you a little bit of time to get comfortable in a match?
Not normally, but I guess, yeah, when you follow the pattern of this tournament, pretty much, yeah, I've been about 4-1, 5-1 behind in most of the matches, and you know, I got to give myself a pat on the back, to be honest. So now we go, forget about it, you know.
A lot of
9-1
players
or
do
whatever.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that a little bit the first set. I just couldn't get into it with Jayson and that. So, but you know, I was so hungry to play Earl and have the opportunity to play him, and you know, he's such a legend, and he gets so nervous and G'd up as well. So he gets you G'd up, like, you know. I was sitting in the chair, he's going like, I moved all over the place. I think I didn't even twitch my eyebrows, like.
You can be honest. I mean, it's just us. You can be honest. When you knew that you would be playing Earl if you lost to Jayson, you just kind of dumped, didn't you?
Well, I said to Donnie, I says, I don't know, what did you? I think I'd rather have you than, because I knew there'd be a little, it'd be tough. But
Well,
as
you
it
did,
turned out, it's made the whole tournament. I mean, winning last night with a 9 dropping and having a chance to, you know, play and beat
You got
Earl and
past
get
the-
second. and
You got past the Pearl.
yeah.
And when you got past the Pearl and sunk the last ball, I seen you raise that samurai sword like never before. That was like in the glory. Was that one of those hills you really wanted to get over?
Yeah, big time, because I played him a few times and lost a couple of close ones before. And, you know, when we didn't know anything about 9-ball, you knew Akron Reyes and Earl Strickland, and he used to come over across the pond and that, and it's just like playing Steve Davis or Jimmy White. It's just having that opportunity to play the legends of the sport, you know, and you know,
Well,
1 in a million scalp, that'll do me. So
You raised that sword once before and then realized that you had to go 2 more games at the U.S. Open, didn't you?
I remember that against Ko.
sure, he was just the world champion last year.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
the world.
That's all.
And you beat him in the U.S. Open.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
kind
did.
of forgot about that one, but anyway.
He hasn't.
I didn't.
I
Sitting
think Taiwan barred me. I think they didn't ask me back this year.
sitting to Karen's right here is
Yes. It's
Peg.
me.
She is the better half of Baltimore City Q's, who is now sponsoring Karen Corr. Karen said something in the very beginning was that you guys want to pull her back in and push her to keep playing this sport. And what brought that about? How did you guys meet and get affiliated? And
You know, I don't even really remember exactly how we met. But I look at pull as definitely a sport. And Karen is one of the greats and has been one of the greats. And I still see a lot of potential in her. I know she can still grow. She's not, over the hill for it. And I think she can do a lot to the sport. And she gets so many other women playing pull. I love to shoot pull. I'm nowhere near this level at all. But I was just talking to a lady out there, a fan, and she says, I would have never shot pull if it weren't for Karen Corr, because I figured a lady can do it, so can I. And she says, so I play APA. I play in the local leagues. And she says, but I have fun. So she's a role model for a lot of people to try to do it, and she does it well. And I admire her ability, her way of just getting up there and pulling it out and keeping her mind into it. And it definitely is, she's an athlete.
without a doubt, I would have to agree with you 110%. And this is one of the sports where, as long as you have your eyesight and your health, I mean, you could keep playing. It's not like being on a baseball team where you're going to get hurt or you just can't run anymore. As long as you have your eyesight and your health, you can keep on playing. You have many, 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 many years ahead of you, young lady.
Yeah.
And there isn't a person around here, a fan, that would say that they don't like watching you play. So I hope you do stay in the sport. And these folks here, Baltimore City Q's, are the sweetest. I got to know Jay and Peg. Jay, her other half, doesn't like to be on camera, and they are
No.
really sweet people. Peg, do you know Mr. Mike Howerton of AZ Billiards?
I met
do
Jay.
not.
I did not meet
Hi,
you.
how you
Oh,
doing?
okay. This is Jay's wife, Peg.
And
So we wish you the best. This combination seems to be working. The smile on your face, alleviate all the pressure that's behind traveling, and entries into the tournaments, and I think is a big stress relief, by
Yeah.
having these guys behind you.
Massive, yeah. So grateful
Yeah.
to have Peggy and Jay to support me in that.
Absolutely.
So it's been wonderful. Thanks very much.
Baltimore City Q's, Karen Corr, AZ Billiards, AZBTV. From the Turning Stone, we'd like to say good night.
good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Well, we wanted the light to look like the tabletop turned upside down. So we used to have a light that was the same size.